What to make with your air fryer. An air fryer isn't only meant for making French fries, although they are one of my favorites and probably yours too. But an air fryer is more than just a healthier and quicker alternative for your deep fryer. Hi, I'm Pim from airfrydaily.com and I'll show you what you can make with your air fryer. Number 1. Chicken tenderloin with rosemary potatoes. One of the easiest things you can make with your air fryer is chicken. And did you know you can even make a whole chicken in your air fryer? But you can also use small pieces of chicken as well, just like these juicy chicken tenderloins. These smaller pieces of chicken will become very crispy and golden brown in your air fryer, and you don't even have to use oil. As you can see, I prepare some chicken tenderloins in one of my larger air fryers, and after just 10 minutes the pieces are perfectly cooked. They are also a little bit crispy, as you can see from the golden brown parts. You can also step it up a little bit by adding some Roosevelt potatoes to the mix. These are small types of potatoes that you can bake quickly. I've cut the potatoes in half and added a little bit of oil. I also sprinkled some rosemary on the potatoes and some sea salt, but you can also decide to add this later. The chicken is ready within 10 minutes on 180 degrees Celsius or 360 degrees Fahrenheit. The potatoes need a little bit more time depending on the size. I air fry them around 10 to 12 minutes, but some larger potatoes can take up to 20 minutes. You can reduce the cooking time of your potatoes by using pre-cooked potatoes. Number 2. A juicy steak. Okay, let's go to the second dish, and that is a steak. And yes, you can really make a steak in an air fryer, but I have to admit that it took me a few tries before the steak came out of the air fryer the way I wanted it to. It really depends on the weight and the type of steak you're using, but I'm using a rather smaller piece and I'm baking it around 3 minutes on 180 degrees Celsius, which again is 360 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's very important that the meat is on room temperature and that the air fryer is preheated before you put the meat into the air fryer. I flip the steak in between and I use the grill plate for a nice grill taste and nice grill marks on the meat. And when the steak is done, I let it rest for a few minutes. And then, as you can see, you have a quick and juicy steak. It is nicely cooked, I think, and the inside is still juicy and tender. It is a bit trial and error in the beginning, but once you know the secret recipe for your steak in your air fryer, then you'll be granted with a lovely piece of meat. Let's go to the third meal idea for your air fryer. Yes, it is potatoes again, but give me a second here. Just look at how good these potatoes look. I bake the potatoes for around 10 minutes until they are golden brown and then remove them from the basket. And now I want to add a bowl of freshly cut vegetables in the air fryer. So I first remove the potatoes and add a bowl full of vegetables such as zucchini, eggplant, white onions, tomatoes, broccoli and more. So you end up with this nice beautiful bowl full of vitamins and full of color. So I fill up the air fryer with the vegetables and bake them at around 170 degrees Celsius, which is around 340 degrees Fahrenheit, for 50 minutes. So the temperature is a little bit lower and this prevents the vegetables from burning. So when it's almost ready, I add the potatoes back into the air fryer so they can heat up again. So the end result is a very healthy and delicious meal with crispy potatoes and nicely cooked vegetables. So the vegetables are like steamed inside your air fryer. So I think this really shows you that an air fryer is great for making healthy recipes too. So try it out. Are you ready for the next one? We are going to make cupcakes, and in the Netherlands we really like our oliebollen during the holiday season. These are like donuts with raisins, and in this recipe I use the baking mix to make cupcakes with it. This recipe is really easy to make. Just follow the recipe on the box and add some raisins and fill up the cupcake tins with the mixture. These are official air fryer cupcake tins for the Philips air fryer. Fill up the basket of your air fryer with the cupcakes and let it bake for 10 minutes on 180 degrees Celsius or 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Because the grill element sits quite close to the cupcakes, I added this extra layer on top of them to protect the cupcakes from getting too dark or too brown. So after 10 minutes the cupcakes are ready. They are nicely golden brown, which gives them a crispy texture from the outside. And I can assure you that the inside will be fully cooked with a nice and fluffy texture. In Holland we sprinkle some powdered sugar over the oliebollen and this gives it a nice wintry touch. And as you can see, nice and soft from the inside. This is a really fun and easy and very quick to make air fryer recipe, so you should try it. Number 5. Frozen pizza. So the last one I want to show you is a frozen pizza. And true, this is not the most creative or healthiest meal you can make with your air fryer, but I wanted to show you that your air fryer is capable of baking a frozen pizza, when of course your air fryer is large enough. So I really recommend an XXL air fryer for this. So I use the special pizza accessory that is available for Philips air fryers. It isn't really necessary, so you can also bake a pizza in the standard frying basket. But this accessory makes it easier and it makes sure the bottom of the pizza gets really crispy. The pizza is defrosted a bit before it goes into the air fryer, and the settings I use are 50 minutes on 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no need to preheat the air fryer. So after 50 minutes your pizza is ready. It's super easy for a quick meal for when you're in a rush or something. Every once in a while a frozen pizza is pretty tasty, so why not? And instead of heating up your large oven, you can just use your air fryer. So this saves up energy as well. So that was about it. These were 5 quick and easy meals for your inspiration. So next time I will present you with some more dishes you can make in your air fryer. I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. This was Pim from airfrydaily.com.